The transaction entry screen is where you will spend the majority of your time. Go to the Transactions menu and choose Transaction Entry. When the Transaction Entry window opens, you will be able to choose from 5 transactions. They are withdrawal, deposit, bank transfer, payable charge, and receivable charge. Whenever you write a check, use your debit card, or send an electronic fund transfer, select Withdrawal. Whenever you make a deposit, or receive an electronic funds transfer, select Deposit. If you move funds from one bank account or credit card to another, select Bank Transfer. If you are entering invoices that you plan to pay at a later date, select Payable Charge. If you are entering invoices that you plan to receive funds for at a later date, select Receivable Charge. Select the transaction type you wish to use. If you prefer to use your keyboard to move through the screens, press the Tab key on your keyboard to move forward and Shift Tab to move backwards. When you look at the transaction screen, think of the top portion as the check or deposit information and the bottom portion as the explanation. For example, you would use the top portion to say you are writing a check to the power company, and only one row on the bottom portion to say that the check is for electricity and that so much GST or HST was paid. You can use multiple lines to explain your transaction if needed. Choose your bank account by clicking the drop-down button and selecting the appropriate account. Choose a date by typing it in the date box, or by clicking the drop-down button to reveal a small calendar. You can then select the supplier or customer. This is used to track purchases and sales for specific contacts. If you want to add a new contact, click on the green plus button and add the contact you wish to use. If you need to clear the contact, click on the red X. In the reference field, you can use any numbering system that you like. Many people use check numbers to identify their transactions. Some use a combination of letters and numbers. Others use keywords such as debit or EFT to group their transactions. If you have turned on the check printing feature of the program, the reference will automatically be the next available check number when you choose withdrawal and your checking account. The next step is to enter the description. The contact you selected earlier will be filled in by default. If you did not select a contact, you are free to enter any description you would like. As you get going with your transaction entry, you can start to type in a description, and the program will fill in the rest for you. If you would like to choose from the list, you can click on the drop-down button and select it. If you need to correct a name that appears in your drop-down list, click on the button that contains the image of a pencil. This will open the Correct Existing Descriptions window. Select the description that needs to be updated and enter the new description. Click on OK. Enter the total. Remember, this should be the net amount of your check or deposit. Now, using the bottom portion, you need to explain the reason behind this transaction. The window has already given us the first row. Choose the type of account you are going to use. Look at all the types that are available. The two most frequently used are income and expense. There are also types for loans, assets, and equity. Personal advances and draws are also listed, but will be kept separate from your business information. Choose the type, then choose the account by typing in the account name or number, or by clicking on the button on the right of the field. AgExpert will only display the accounts for the type that you have chosen, making it very difficult to make a mistake. Start typing electricity in the search, and it will take you directly to electricity, hiding all other accounts. Select the electricity account and click Select. The memo field is automatically copied from the description field and can be modified. You can add quantity information, change the amount if necessary, and enter the taxes that you paid. If you would like AgExpert to calculate the taxes automatically, choose the drop-down menu from the tax column and select how you would like the taxes to be calculated. In this case, only the GST is in the amount. If you require more rows for more detail, press the Tab key after you have entered your taxes and a new line will appear. You can also click the button with the green plus sign to add a new row. If you are entering many rows and you would like to delete one, click the button with the red X for that row. A confirmation screen will appear. Select Yes. If your row deals with accounts payable or receivable, inventory, or capital assets, you can click the button with the pencil. This will open any extra information that is required to complete the transaction. When the row contains no extra details, as it does in this example, the button will be grayed out. If you would like to enter notes for this transaction, click the Notes button. Other videos will cover the Edit or Reverse Transaction button, the Load Memorize Transaction button, and the Save as Memorized Transaction button. Finally, click the Review button to see what is going on behind the scenes. On this screen, you can see all of the accounts that were affected by this transaction. You can see that the taxes are being properly accounted for. If you have chosen an account that has a business and personal split, as is the case with this example, you can see the amount that will be entered as a business expense and the amount that will be kept separate as a personal expense. Click the Close button. Once your entry is complete and balanced, click on Record. The transaction will post to the General Journal and you can begin your next entry.